Linda, this is Dan. Why aren't you coming to the wedding? I wanted you to be the first person to congratulate me.
What's going on?
It's the wedding invitation, the one I gave to Rachel to pass along to you. Why in the world did you return it with not attending marked on it?
Why, isn't it obvious? Why would I want to attend the wedding of my ex-husband?
But listen, you're a classmate and we have so many mutual friends. If I didn't invite you, it would be awkward, don't you think? It wouldn't be weird at all if you came just like it were a school reunion. No big deal.
No, I can't do that. Actually, a lot of people already know that we're divorced, and if they see your ex-wife showing up at the wedding, it's going to make things really uncomfortable. The bride probably won't be too happy about it either. So please, don't worry about it. You can just go ahead and have your wedding without worrying what I think. It's your day, after all.
But you see, that's not exactly how it works.
What do you mean?
Actually, I want Rachel to be the flower girl.
What? Rachel as the flower girl?
My wife, Kylie, she's 21 and half Japanese, has spent a lot of time living in Asia. Because of that, she doesn't have any friends here in the US who could be a flower girl, so it's only natural for me to handle this. It's my responsibility, right?
But asking your ex-wife's daughter, the daughter of your ex-wife, to be part of the ceremony? That's a bit much, don't you think?
Isn't it a great idea?
Are you serious? If Rachel thought of you as a father, that would make sense, but do you even realize how long it's been since you last saw her? She knows you only through pictures. And do you think it's a good idea to ask her to do this for free?
But listen to me, no matter what, Rachel is still my daughter. On the wedding day, she would only need to fulfill a small role. She'll get to wear a beautiful princess dress and she'll be thrilled. She'll love it.
You're being incredibly naive. What about Kylie, the bride? Is she okay with this idea? The child from your past marriage stepping into the wedding like this? If I were her, I would be uncomfortable with it.
This isn't a problem. I've told Kylie that Rachel is just a friend of mine.
Wait, hold on a second.
What?
Please tell me you didn't leave out the fact that you actually have a daughter to Kylie, right? You didn't keep that from her, did you?
Oh, I just told her I'm divorced. I didn't go into any more detail than that.
What? Why didn't you tell her about your daughter?
Kylie is still only 21 years old, you know. I didn't want to burden her with that information. It would be too much to handle.
But age isn't the issue here. It's not about how old she is or whether you think she can handle the truth. It's about honesty, and you should have been open with her about having a daughter.
Well, I'll bring it up eventually. I'm just waiting for the right moment. Please, leave this matter in my hands.
Waiting for the right moment? This isn't something you can put off.
Oh, come on. There's no need to overthink this. Kylie and her family are really easygoing and understanding, so everything will be fine. I'm sure of it.
What do you mean by that? Look, if this situation causes any problems down the line, don't involve Rachel or me. We can't take responsibility for any of this.
Okay. In the end, I've decided to ask Rachel to be the flower girl after all.
No, I refuse.
What? Why?
I already explained why. Plus, Rachel is old enough to understand a lot of things by now. She knows that her parents' divorce is because of your infidelity. She probably figured that out on her own already without me having to say anything.
But that was years ago! The person I'm marrying now is not the same person you were involved with at that time. We should all just move on and let go of the past. I'll come to the wedding and put it behind me. Let's move forward, all right?
You can't just make decisions like that on your own. Rachel and I are not going to the wedding. That's final.
Okay, but let's at least think about it for a second. You don't think Rachel might want to be a part of something as special as a wedding? It might be her only chance to wear that kind of dress, you know? And don't tell me she hasn't been thinking about it. Every little girl dreams of being the flower girl in a wedding. I'm not asking her to play a major role, just a small one. It won't hurt anyone.
No, it's not about that. It's about the fact that you're asking someone who hasn't even seen you in years to step into a situation like that. You're not considering the emotional weight it might carry.
I get it. You're worried. You think I'm rushing into things and putting Rachel in an uncomfortable spot. But trust me, I've thought this through. I've made sure that Kylie won't have an issue with it, and I know Rachel. I know she'll enjoy it. It's a small role and it's just for one day. You're overthinking everything. Let it go.
I am not overthinking it. I am trying to protect Rachel from this whole mess. She's been through enough, and you know it. The last thing she needs to be is put in an awkward situation at your wedding. And trust me, it would be awkward for her too.
But Rachel isn't a child anymore. She's an adult. She's been through a lot, but that doesn't mean she's incapable of handling something like this. And she's not gonna be upset. If anything, she'll be excited. What's the harm in letting her be part of it?
It's not about the harm, it's about respect. Respect for what's happened in the past and for the people involved. You can't just wipe all of that away and pretend nothing happened.
Look, I know we didn't end things on the best terms, and I'm not trying to pretend otherwise. But this is my wedding. This is a new chapter in my life, and I want to celebrate it with the people who matter to me. Rachel matters, and I would like for her to be a part of it, even if it's just in a small way.
You can't expect me to just get over everything and accept it like it's nothing. There is a lot more to this than you think.
Hey, Linda, why didn't you come to the wedding? Hey, answer me! Why aren't you picking up the phone? This is seriously frustrating.
What?
Why didn't you show up today? The wedding was important and I needed you here. Why did you tell me you weren't coming?
Well, I told you I wasn't coming. You already knew that, right?
No, I told you that I would change my attendance to yes, and I expected you to show up. You said you would. We even talked about it last week, remember?
I said I wasn't coming. Neither Rachel nor I were going, and that's final.
Because of that, everything's turned into a disaster here. You seriously have no idea what you've caused by not being here.
A disaster?
Yes, a disaster. I was in the middle of the ceremony preparations when I had to deal with the fact that you two weren't here. I found a girl dressed as a flower girl in the hallway, and I just assumed it was Rachel. I was panicking, thinking she was lost, so I tried to grab her and take her to the aisle. But then it turns out she was actually there for another wedding. She was mistaken for Rachel, and it caused a huge commotion.
Didn't you check her name before trying to take her?
I didn't have time to check. It was right before the ceremony, and I was rushing around to make sure everything went smoothly. It's easy to mistake someone in a flower girl dress for Rachel, especially when you've only seen her in photos for so long. You know, I've been living with this chaotic wedding planning for weeks now, so seeing someone who looked like Rachel made me panic.
Well, about that, I've heard most of what happened from friends who were attending your wedding.
What? You heard what happened?
Yes, honestly, I am just kind of dumbfounded by everything. You're really putting me in a tough spot right now.
What do you mean?
That girl you mistook for Rachel was actually only 8 years old, huh? I heard that she was way younger than Rachel.
What does that have to do with anything? She was the same age as Rachel, as far as I could tell.
Well, Rachel is 11 now. You seriously mistook an 8-year-old for an 11-year-old? That's a pretty big difference.
No way! She's 11 now?
Yeah, I told you that. I'm surprised you didn't know. I mean, you haven't seen her in a couple of years, but still, 3 years is a huge difference. Are you really telling me you forgot that your own daughter is 11?
Wait, hold on. So Rachel is 11. I really messed up, didn't I?
Yes, you did. And you know what? The worst part is that the girl you grabbed didn't even look like Rachel. She was dressed for her age, which was appropriate for an 8-year-old. I heard you even screamed at her when you tried to drag her away by force. She started crying and was really upset.
Well, of course, that caused a scene. No one would have expected that to happen. I was just trying to make sure everything went smoothly, but then everything fell apart.
Wait. You're telling me that the girl I thought was Rachel was 8 years old and I still got it wrong?
Yes, and it was a mess.
You need to take responsibility for what happened here, but the real problem is what happened after you tried to grab her.
What do you mean?
Well, I heard after the whole mix-up you yelled at the girl. You even shouted, "Listen to what your father says," when you tried to drag her away. That's really bad, you know.
Wait a second. Did I say that? I don't remember yelling that.
Apparently you did. One of the bride's relatives overheard you. And from what I've been hearing, it wasn't just the girl who was upset. People who were nearby could hear everything.
This is getting out of hand. I can't believe I messed up like this. I had no idea that people were listening to me. Why didn't you say something sooner?
I didn't know until I heard it from the bride's side. Your parents didn't help either. When the relatives questioned them, they couldn't even give a proper explanation. That's when people from the groom's side got involved. It was such a mess that they started asking the guests for clarification.
You've got to be kidding me! How is this happening?
I'm not kidding. In fact, the bride's father even called me to ask about Rachel. I had to explain everything to him.
Wait, what? You told them everything about Rachel?
Yes, I had to. I told them everything about Rachel, and they asked me about the reason for your divorce. So I had to tell them about your affair, too.
No way, you didn't!
I told you that you should have explained things properly to avoid causing all this trouble. Now it's spiraled out of control.
I don't believe this. You're just making everything worse by telling people about Rachel and my divorce.
No, I'm just telling you the truth. You should have handled this better from the start. This mess is on you, not me.
Wait, you're really acting like this is some other person's problem. How are you so calm about it?
What do you mean?
You're the one who's involved in this, and I'm the one who's trying to make sense of all this chaos. You're just sitting there not doing anything to help me out. If Rachel's involved, shouldn't you be helping me out too?
Excuse me? Are you even listening to yourself?
What?
The issue with Rachel is your problem, not mine. Don't try to make me your scapegoat just because you can't handle the situation. I'll help as much as I can, but I'm not going to take the blame for your mistakes.
You've got to be kidding me! You're not even gonna help me fix this?
I'm helping in my own way, but there's only so much I can do. You've made things worse for yourself by keeping quiet about Rachel all this time. Don't expect me to clean up your mess.
Wait, what do you mean by that? Are you seriously just going to sit there and do nothing?
I've been doing all I can, but I am not your personal assistant. You need to take responsibility for your actions.
Fine, I get it, but this is really going to cause problems. My whole life is falling apart right now, and you're acting like it's not a big deal.
Maybe you should have thought about that before everything went down like this. Well, I'm incredibly tired. As for what happened afterward, I only heard the general outline of the story, but of course, my ex-husband and Kylie's relationship ended in disaster. They broke up as expected. There were claims for alimony and compensation, and since my ex-husband had lied about not having children, the amount that was demanded from him was quite high. It seems like he had to pay a lot more than he anticipated due to that lie. On my end, I also had to chase after him for the child support payments that had been delayed. Eventually, I was able to get a certain amount out of him, though I had to make a lot of effort to get it. And so my ex-husband is currently trapped in a spiral of debt. It's really quite a mess. At one point, he even came to visit me, probably with the hope of asking for money, but the place he showed up at was the apartment I had moved out of years ago. He never thought that there could be a new resident there, and when he arrived, he mistook the man living there for my boyfriend. He caused a huge scene. The whole situation became so chaotic that the police were called. It turned into a big ruckus, and the damage he did, destroyed furniture and appliances, only made his financial troubles worse. His debts grew even larger because he had to pay for the repairs and replacements of the things he broke. Honestly, it's just exhausting. I can't believe the things that happened. It feels as though everything has come full circle. After all this time, he still hasn't learned. I guess people really don't change that easily. In some ways, I feel sorry for him, but at the same time, I can't bring myself to offer any sympathy. He made his choices and the consequences were inevitable. I'm sure he thought everything would go smoothly and that he could just lie his way out of his problems, but in the end, it all fell apart. I had my own share of struggles too after everything that happened. The divorce was painful, of course, and the things I had to deal with as a single mother weren't easy either. But I managed, I moved on, I rebuilt my life. On the other hand, my ex-husband never seemed to have a clear direction. He didn't take responsibility for his actions. I'm not surprised that he ended up in such a situation. There was always a sense of entitlement about him, like the world owed him something. It was infuriating at times. But now, seeing how things have unfolded, I can't help but feel like he deserves what he's gotten. He made his bed and now he has to lie in it. It's not my problem anymore. I've got my own life to live and I don't have the energy to feel guilty about his choices. I think about how things used to be, though, before all the lies and drama started. There was a time when we were happy, or at least I thought we were. Looking back, I wonder how things changed so drastically. How did we get to this point where everything became so broken? It's hard to pinpoint exactly when it all started falling apart, but I think the signs were always there, even if I didn't want to see them. It's strange to reflect on all of it now, to think about what was and what could have been. If only things had been different, maybe we could have avoided all the pain and hurt, but that's just wishful thinking. The reality is that our marriage was built on shaky ground and it was bound to collapse eventually. I don't regret the decision to leave, not for a second. I think it was the best thing I could have done for myself. But sometimes, I still find myself wondering about the what-ifs. What if things had turned out differently? What if we had worked through our issues? What if we had been able to trust each other? I guess I'll never know. And that's okay, I've made my peace with it. My life now is so much better than it was back then. I'm in a place where I can finally breathe. I don't have to constantly worry about what my ex-husband is up to or whether he's going to pull some ridiculous stunt to try and manipulate me. I found peace, and that's something I never had when we were together. When I look at my current situation, I can't help but feel a sense of relief. I'm free from the past, free from the chaos he brought into my life. It took a long time to get here, but I'm finally in control. It feels good to be in charge of my own future. And as for him, well, he's on his own now. He has to deal with the mess he created. I'm not going to waste any more time thinking about him or his problems. I've learned that lesson the hard way. It's amazing how much you can change when you finally let go of someone who's been holding you back. I used to be so concerned with making things work, with trying to fix everything. But now I see that sometimes the best thing you can do is walk away. Let things fall apart if they need to. Life goes on, time moves forward, and eventually you realize that there is so much more out there waiting for you. So many opportunities, so many people who are worth your time and energy. I'm focusing on what lies ahead, not what's behind me. Looking at my ex-husband now, I see a man who's stuck in his own mess, struggling to find a way out, but he's alone in it. He has no one to rely on anymore. And while that might seem sad to some people, I can't bring myself to care. He made his choices, he has to live with them. At the end of the day, it's all about moving forward. It's about not letting the past define you. And I refuse to let my ex-husband's mistakes shape my future. I am done with him. So yes, it's exhausting to think about everything that's happened, but I'm not going to let it weigh me down. I've learned my lessons, and now it's time for me to enjoy the life I've built for myself. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.